Marvin Perret, who was an author and a storyteller and everything in New Orleans, and he always wore an admiral's cap. He was an enlisted man, but he always dressed like an officer, and so they called him Admiral. So on the 60th anniversary, he went over there and he said, "Come on, go with me." And I said, "No, I can't go." So he goes and he gets over there and he's walking around with his admiral cap on and everything. So this lady came up to him and said, "Admiral," said, "were you here on D-Day?" He said, "Oh, sure, I was here. I brought troops in here to Utah Beach." She said, "Well, I'm a school teacher." Said, "Would you go down to our school and make a little speech?" He said, "Oh, yes, be glad to." So she invited him down to her house, and they had lunch before, but he had false teeth, and when he bit down on something and got one of his teeth out. So he said, "I can't go to the schoolhouse like this and the tooth out up here." He said, "I got to go get me some glued in or something." So he went to the dentist office, and the dentist said, "I can't get to you for a week." He said, "Where's the nearest drugstore?" So they went to the drugstore and he bought some super glue. So he glued his tooth in with super glue. He went down and made the speech at the school, and he was long-winded anyway, and he kept talking, asked for questions to be asked him and everything. So they go back to down to the D-Day place, and his bus had already gone back. So this policeman walked up to him and said, Admiral, what, do you have a ride back?" He said, "No, my bus left me." He said, "Just a moment, I'll take care of that." He blew his whistle. Here come 2 police cars. So he said, "Sir, Admiral, would you get in the back seat of this first car? We're going to escort you back to your motel." So he gets in the back seat and he sits back, and here go down the road to where the sirens going and everything. He said, "If America could just see me now." And he told another story about he came by here to see us, and he would get up in the mornings and go out and get the newspapers. And he come in here, and the second morning he saw the piano in there, and he started playing the piano at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I got up and I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, I just thought I'd wake you up." But anyway, he went up to Washington and made speeches, and so he went back. This is a true story. He went back from Washington, and he stopped by Memphis, Tennessee, because there's some admiral that he knew real well who was not retired, but he stopped there and said, "Admiral, I come to spend a couple of days with you." He said, "Well, you know, I'm at work. I work during the day." He said, "I tell you what you can do, stay with me, but I'm putting a fence up out there in the yard." He said, "If you dig a couple of holes and put my fence up, or put the post up, I'd appreciate it." So he said, "Okay." So he came home that day, and he had the fence going along, and the admiral looked at him and said, "You got one post here out of sequence." He said, "Well, I did that on purpose." He said, "Why did you do it on purpose?" He said, "When people come and look at your fence, they're going to notice it because it's not right."